Hi everybody, this is Irene at Lifestyle Over 60, and I'm not even sure what I'm going to be talking about in this video, but I kind of thought it might be fun to just have a chat with you guys and just have an open, honest chat. I've never done that. So let's do it. So I thought in this video I would talk a little bit about just the title to a vlog I saw, and the title was Grieving the Life You Didn't Get to Have. And I thought, well, that's a great title. And it made me really think about things like the life I didn't get to have. And I wonder about for you, do you have a life you didn't get to have? Another life that you wish you would have done or could have done, but for whatever reason didn't or couldn't? And do you mourn that still? Do you, wish you had been an Olympic athlete and now you're 68? Yeah, tell me in the comments, because I think this would be an interesting topic to discuss amongst ourselves. So for me, the life I didn't get to have, it kind of had. I think I just didn't get to have it, or haven't yet, to the degree that I thought I would. And so what am I talking about? Well, I'm an actress and a singer, and that's what I really wanted to do with my life. I really wanted to be an actress and a singer professionally and just do that, not do anything else for income. And so I pursued it, pretty hard, and got pretty far, and things could have happened where I saw inside of the business, and it's pretty bad inside the entertainment industry, or it was. I know a lot of businesses are sexist, and especially back in the day they were, but wow. The casting couch thing is real, and it wasn't just that it was real and it happened now and again. It happened all the time, and if you didn't play that game, you didn't work. It was like that. And if you had sex with, let's say, your agent who said, if you want, this happened to me, if you want me to get you work, you have to be nice to me. You sleep with him, then he would send you to the head of casting Universal to do a scene so that, they could see that you were a good actor, and you'd have to sleep with him. And then you might get work at Universal for a time, but then you would be passed around, and it was really like that. It was really bad. So I had that experience, and then I was on the set at General Hospital. It's not funny. And at the time I told someone else that he remembers to this day what happened, but I was in a fake elevator, right? I mean, I'm in the hospital scene, and there you get in an elevator, and the elevator doesn't go anywhere, I hate to tell you this, if you're a General Hospital fan, the elevator doesn't go anywhere. Anyway, waiting to go on in the elevator with a fellow actor, and he was one of the more lead roles compared to me. So he had power, over me that way, in the hierarchy of the show. And so we're waiting to go on, and he comes over to me and he starts grabbing me and trying to kiss me and sexually assaulting me in this enclosed space. There's no camera in there. They're filming right now, all right? There's a scene going on. If I scream in this elevator and disrupt the whole thing, guess who would be the problem? Guess who we would have said I was freaking out or something like that, or I'm too anxious of an actress, or who knows? But I would have been the problem. I would have got fired. That's how it was then. So these experiences within the business, which had nothing whatsoever to do with my talent or my acting ability, which I'm talented and I'm a good actress, and I stand by that. And it's been proven enough at a high enough level that I know that's true. It wasn't about that. It was about power. It was about control. It was about dominance and using people for sexual gratification, for ego gratification, for I don't know what. but really sick stuff. So, I used to dream of winning the Academy Award. What would I say? I had that all kind of thought out in my mind and was hopeful about that kind of thing. But after years of being in the business and working in the business and seeing what it was about, I got completely turned off to it. And then I'm a singer as well, and a good singer, and I got quite far with that too. And to the extent that I was hanging out with rock stars and, backstage at some big concerts and kind of in the loop in a lot of ways. And what I saw in that business in some ways was even worse than in acting. But what I saw there that was probably the most disheartening was I got to know some very famous, very wealthy people at the height of that business, at the top of that business. And it wasn't pretty. I mean, they were lovely and nice people, and nothing against them at all. It wasn't them. It was the whole culture around them. It was everybody kissing their butt like crazy, like all the yes men everywhere, and people carrying their stuff for them, and an umbrella holder. And, I mean, it's weird, and it affects their ego, and it affects, especially if, some of them were famous since they were really young. It affects how you are in the world. It has to, and it just wasn't pretty. And then the people that I got close to that were at the top like that, they don't trust anyone, because everyone wants something from them. They want their time. They want help to get somewhere in the business. They want an endorsement for their book. They want something from them. So it's very difficult when you're famous like that to trust anyone that approaches you, to be friends with anybody. That's why a lot of them are only friends with people at their level, other famous people, because they feel safer like that. I don't blame them, So I saw a lot of the reality of that business, and I didn't like what I saw at all. So would I still act if something came my way? Yeah, I probably would if something came my way, but I am not out there actively looking for work with an agent and all of that. My singing, unfortunately, I've lost too much of my hearing to be able to sing on pitch anymore. And that's a sad thing. We should probably talk about our physical losses as an older person at some point. But this is about the life we didn't get to have and grieving the life we didn't get to have. And so for me, I didn't get to be a famous actress, or not too famous. I didn't get to be a famous singer. I didn't get to win a Grammy or an Academy Award or an Emmy or anything like that. But I did get to work at a high level in those businesses. I did get to see inside those businesses, and it gave me a whole different perspective on the glitz and the glamour and the joyousness that you see when somebody wins the Oscar, let's say. So am I grieving the life I didn't get to have? Maybe a little, but not that much. Not compared to how I would have felt if I didn't see the inside of the business and just glamorized it in my mind and thought it was going to be the best thing ever. Because I did work and because I got pretty far, I have a different view of it now. So I don't regret not being famous. I see what that is. I see what it's like. It's not great. I don't regret not dealing with those people and not dealing with that business on a regular basis at all. So in that way, I think I'm happy for the life that I ended up having, and I'm grateful for the life that I have and got to have, instead of being the famous actress and winning the Oscar and all of those things. So I guess that's it for this little chat. I didn't expect to tell you guys all this. But hey, I like that we're building a community. Tell me in the comments, what about you? Are you grieving the life you didn't get to have? Are you sad that you didn't get to be an Olympic athlete, or you didn't marry so-and-so, or you didn't have 6 kids, or, Tell me, like, what are you doing as far as your emotional work at this age, as far as dealing with where you are and what you didn't get to have? Because there's work to be done, even still. Anyway, all right, that's it for this video. Thanks for chatting with me. Thanks for hanging out. It's a pleasure, as always. And come and see me again really soon.